The compounding effect, man, it starts at the bottom. So go do what you got to do. Start at the bottom and work your way up. Stack days lead to better days. So keep stacking those days, keep stacking that time, those moments, and the hard work is going to pay off. What's up, y'all? Driving to Dallas right now for a basketball tournament that we got going. It's TABC, which is like a pretty big tournament. It's like 500 some teams, so it's just a good opportunity for me to come out here and even have the opportunity to shoot for them. But the compounding effect is what I wanted to talk about in this video. And essentially, the compounding effect is one thing building on another. The foundation of everything is just one thing building on another. And for a lot of people, it could be good or bad. Speaking on the good, we'll just kind of talk about what I got going right now. So the videography side of things for me in doing these sports. So the compounding effect is so strong it can start right at the bottom. And at the bottom for me was picking up a camera to do YouTube. And that started for me like right after I graduated from my undergraduate at Texas State. And I was like, I just used my grad money to get me a camera. It was not a good camera. I regret buying that camera, but it taught me the foundation of what I needed to know. It taught me how the camera works, all the things for lighting and stuff like that, even though this lighting probably isn't very good, but got to deal with it right now. And it just taught me everything I needed to know at the foundation of a camera. And then when I got my next camera, I started picking things up a little more. I learned how to edit better, how to do cuts, just all kinds of different things with the camera. I'm well versed in the camera. Like I'm over proficient. I'm no expert, but I'm definitely over proficient. So at the foundation of that, I learned how to use a camera. Then, I'll be honest, like when I was making my YouTube videos, I really enjoy making my YouTube videos. I'll never stop making my videos. But I recognized I wanted to make some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I not want to supplement some outside work, doing whatever in a camera? Like, why would I not want to do something I enjoy rather than something that just pays the bills? You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I wanted to make some bread. And then finally, like, towards the end of last year, I was like, man, I got to do something because these videos, they weren't cutting it. I'm not even monetized, nothing on YouTube yet. So they weren't cutting it. And I finally was like, you know what? Let's just take this shot. I'm going to just send in a media request for a random football game that was happening in San Antonio for like high school state championships, playoffs. It was probably like, I want to say third or fourth round. So I don't know why they accepted me. I really think it's because like I applied under my YouTube name, like this YouTube channel, and I had a successful video over in College Station for a football game. So maybe they thought I was going to do something like that. But they accepted me. I went in there, shot my first sports game. And I've been talking about shooting sports since like the summer when I was in Houston doing my internship. And then finally, God just worked it out. And I was finally able to do that. And it was a good time. I definitely learned a lot in that first time shooting. Definitely that my equipment wasn't enough yet and things like that. But it just led me to learn more about how to shoot sports and just kind of what kind of things to do. It's a different style of shooting. I can just set up this camera. There's not much motion, action, whatever. So I was just working on tracking the ball, all that kind of stuff. And then that led me to getting, I'm gonna wait and answer that call later. That led me to reaching out a couple months after that, to a basketball coach, a couple basketball coaches actually. I was like, just one weekend, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing much this weekend. Let me just try and shoot my shot at a basketball team to go do a basketball highlight video, because this internship, it was boring at the time. So I was like, let me go have something to do. So I reached out to a couple coaches, and then one coach finally said, yes, come through. And then that led to me shooting my first documentary, which was over their playoff series. And which is who I'm going to shoot for right now. And long story short, that's the compounding effect. One thing, me buying my first camera led to me shooting documentaries, going to Dallas right now to shoot at one of the biggest basketball tournaments in the state. And, just opening my eyes to a venture and a pathway that I didn't have before in content creation, videography, all that kind of stuff, which is just what I love doing right now. So it's all about where you start. I'm going to speak on a scripture later on that kind of just says the same things. One thing leads to another, but it starts at the bottom, and you just got to take that risk and take that shot at the bottom. It all starts at the bottom. I don't know how else to emphasize that. You might think, man, I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want to. It's a fear of failure. It's a fear of, not wanting to step out. It's just a fear of failure. I'll be honest. That's what stopped me for so long from doing YouTube videos, whatever, was a fear of failure, fear of judgment, whatever it might be. Just, stepping out and doing something that a lot of people probably didn't see me doing, whatever. But I'm glad I did, because now I'm here. I'm just continuing to work my way up. I ran into a dude at the gym. Yeah, I said in my last video, and whatever. It was connection through a connection. And we're trying to work some videography stuff out with just him, and then his brothers in the NFL, whatever. But when he was showing me this other dude's page who he's done video work with, I was like, dang, man, I got to get on my stuff. So understand, there's so much more room to grow, so much more places to be than where you first started. Where I'm at right now, I was getting complacent, very complacent. And then last night I was up for probably like 4 hours till like midnight working on a video, just because I got that fire back under me that I was like, man, let's do it. Like, let's get on our grind. Like, if we really want this, we got to get it. I've been taking this summer too light, and, I'm just glad I can get back on it and, get back to work. But the compounding effect, man, it starts at the bottom. So go do what you got to do. Start at the bottom and work your way up. Stack days lead to better days. So keep stacking those days. Keep stacking that time, those moments. And, the hard work is going to pay off. It's going to pay off. After all this time, I pray that it's with gold tears will fall as cold as I didn't think I booked a room with 2 beds, but either they upgraded me or upgraded, or I accidentally booked it with 2 beds. But it's got terrible lighting in here, so let me just try my best to light it up. But I think that's as good as it's gonna get. But yeah, that's a done deal for today. It is 10 o'clock. I think I'm gonna go get something to eat, but I just wanted to come stop here first. And I'm sorry, this lighting is terrible. Let me put this on this side. I just wanted to come here to kind of unload, get everything down, and transfer my files, and then talk about the next part of stacking, or not stacking. What was I calling this? Compound effect. Talk about the next part of that. So give me 1 second. All right. For now, I think that's as good as it's gonna get as far as lighting goes. We got to deal with it. I'm sorry. I know I try and make my stuff look good, but oh well for now. Dark side, I guess, of the compound effect is if you let things compound the wrong way. If you let a lazy attitude compound and keep you lazy, that kind of thing. And that could just lead you to a real path of darkness, you know? I think one of the things, this thing called a positive feedback loop, which is basically every time this thing goes in a circle, and let's say it hits a mark right here, it goes faster. And then it keeps that speed, and then it hits the mark, it goes faster. And it just keeps going faster and faster and faster, basically. And that's what having a negative compounding effect can do at the same time also as a positive one might. Like, let's just say you want to get better at talking to people. You want to get better at, being more extroverted, or just kind of putting yourself out there more. But you get nervous, you get scared, I guess, of going out, and instead of facing your fear, you stay inside. So that's one loop. And then, now that you've stayed inside, you were like, I'll just stay inside another day, faster and faster and faster. And next thing you know, you're scared to go out. You're scared to have interactions because you didn't build that ability, because you were too scared to at first, or just period at this time. And it's just like that in attitudes. It's just like that in school. I mean, you start a lot of, if you want good grades, you have to understand that it starts at your freshman year. The first year, it starts at the bottom. If you have a bad start, it will lead to a bad finish for the most part. Like, you have an easier opportunity to start off strong than you have to make up for it at the end. And a negative feedback loop on a positive feedback loop on a negative compounding effect is just a root cause of destruction and aimlessness and unsureness, I guess you could say. Just an overall bad feeling. So don't fall into the trap of compounding effect negatively. Compounding effect of making your life worse. One day, I'll play video games today. I'll play a little more tomorrow too. I said I wouldn't play today, but I have free time, so why not? You're giving into these habits, and it's going to create a negative compounding effect where you'll just keep giving yourself, and then it's going to feel bad to not give in. And of course, you won't want to give in after that, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I just want to give the other side to that as well, because with every positive, there's a negative. So you have to understand that there are negative consequences to a compounding effect as well. But I'll be speaking on a more biblical thing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I guess it kind of fits. But I'm gonna transfer these files and go get something to eat. I won't bring y'all, because I'll bring y'all with me tomorrow to this spot for breakfast. That is my secret spot. But y'all gonna see. I'll share it with y'all. But understand, the compounding effect has a negative connotation as well, and it can negatively affect you if you let it. So stay strong, maintain a positive compounding effect, and yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. I know this, wow, that's probably very bright. My shirt looks very bright, so I'm gonna have to just deal with that when I edit this video. But that breakfast spot is called La Nueva Puntada, I think. Bro, the best tortillas. I got flour tortillas. I mean, that's what I eat. The best flour tortillas I've ever eaten. No one in there speaks English except one person who I got lucky because they helped me order. Because I was like, for bacon and egg tacos. She didn't really understand. And then I said huevos, which I think is eggs. And then she started speaking straight Spanish, and I was like, okay, time out. So the lady came and helped me, luckily. But the best flour tortilla, that dude who was walking with that cooler, it was full of tortillas. Just tortillas. So, I mean, it's the best tacos I think I've ever had, or at least tortillas. So, if you're ever in Dallas, it's a little bit more low-key of a spot, I think, but that's the place to be. I had turned into this lot, and I think I'm by the school, and everyone else thought, I guess this was the way to go. So like 6 cars came after me. But Ecclesiastes 11:6 says, in the morning sow your seed, and in the evening do not withhold your hand. For you do not know which will prosper, either this or that, or whether both alike will be good. And that's just saying, when you achieve something, when you do something, when you work in the morning, whatever it might be, don't just stop there. And that's compounding effect. You know, it's not just about achieving a success and then that's it. I did what I needed to do in this life. Man, that was good enough. Thank you, God. And then just be lackluster for the rest of whatever amount of time you have left. No. It's saying plant your seed in the morning, work in the morning, work some more, and work some more after that. Because you don't know which will profit, or even all of them will profit at the same time. And that's just like what I was saying before about how one of my skills led to another skill. Picking up the camera led to me even being here today, basically, at this event to shoot. And then that led to something else. I walked in just to come watch a game, just kind of get a feel for the arena and kind of how things are going. And this dude came, and long story short, this dude is like the godfather of AAU basketball in Houston, but he was putting me on to like thinking about being an NIL or just like player wealth management, something like that. And I was just like, you know what, that's a good idea. Like, I hear what you're saying, this, that, and the third. So if I would have never picked up a camera in the first place, that would have never led to me being here, hearing what he had to say, and just him dropping some nuggets on me. I had no idea who he was. I was just having a casual conversation with him, and it just turns out that's who he was. But plant your seed in the morning. If you want to start your own business, but you work as 9 to 5 at the same time, you know, that's work in the morning on your business, work in the evening on your business. And then in the middle, of course, you'll have your normal job. Don't just stop at one success. We've been given this life. We've been given this power. We've been given inspiration, enthusiasm, wherewithal, all that kind of stuff, just to keep going. We weren't put on earth to just be stagnant. You know, we're an evolving species. Like, we keep growing over time. Like, I know it's a joke, but people are like, how do we even get Bluetooth? Like, that just seems like something that you can't even invent, but we did. And now we have it, and people are stacking on top of it. We just keep growing, keep getting better, and just keep improving the things we have. Now, do we get some things bad? Do we do some things bad? Yes, of course. But for the most part, we keep improving as a species, and we don't go back. You have to do the same thing. Keep going. Keep achieving those next successes. Keep achieving that next step. And just compound effect. You know, don't just stop at one. Keep pushing. Keep trying to grow each skill. Keep trying to grow each talent, because you don't know which one will profit. You don't know which one will prosper. Even all of them might prosper. But yeah, I'm gonna finish these tacos. I don't know how much longer the video I'll keep going, honestly, because I mean, vlogging during this event isn't really like a thing. And it kind of got the point across. So, compound effect, there's a positive, negative, and just keep going, man. And if you're ever in Dallas, get you some of these tacos. That's tacos. But anyway, appreciate y'all tapping in. As always, my
All right. My DMs, my comments are always open for any tips or anything like that. And then just as a community, help each other. But appreciate y'all. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.